Hello, welcome to Michael's Sermonettes. If you haven't already watched it, my very first video was on why sermonettes, what's important about them, and watch that first if you can before you look at this. But today we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to have online here a series on the Ten Commandments. We're going to be going into a lot of depth into that. Again, keeping to my rule of 20 minutes or less for each one. So, in this series on the Ten Commandments, the very first one I'm going to be doing is a general outline sermonette about the Ten Commandments as a whole, not any one taken individually yet, but just as a whole. That being said, let's get started on this. So, before you study the Ten Commandments in detail, you really need to look at it as a whole so you understand how they came about and their importance and some things that maybe you've never thought about. So, as you well know, the Ten Commandments has influenced the entire world and the civil law of just about all the nations in the world. It doesn't matter whether you're a Jew, a Roman Catholic, a Protestant, non-denominational, Episcopalian. It doesn't matter what religious denomination you are. This is the only formulation of religious principles that are held in common amongst all is the Ten Commandments. And in many Christian churches throughout the world, knowledge of the Ten Commandments is a requirement for membership. It's something that's taught in membership classes, and it's just an important thing to a lot of churches. Again, like I said, the civil law of many lands has its root in the covenant law that God gave at Mount Sinai. Now, throughout my series, not just the Ten Commandments, but all my other series, how I'm going to lay down biblical references is I will be talking about things and I will have the biblical book, chapter, and verse come up on the screen. So you will see that so that you can either pause the video and copy it down or take a screenshot or whatever you want to do. None of what I'm doing is copywritten. You're free to share it in your church, share it with friends, do whatever you want. Use it yourself to make your own videos. That's fine. You got my 100% permission. So that being said, Exodus 24:12 says, "And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law, and commandments which I have written, that thou may teach them." And teach them is what we're doing today. We're going to be teaching about the Ten Commandments. And hopefully, again, like I said, you share that with other people as well. So, Exodus 34:28, "And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water, and he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant," the Ten Commandments. And Deuteronomy 4:13, "And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments. And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone." And the last one for right now, Exodus 34:27. "And the Lord said unto Moses, Write thou these words, for after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and Israel." Now, it is important to note the form of the Ten Commandments, just how they're written. They are stated as moral absolutes. They absolutely must be kept. There is no equivocation, no conditions attached to them, no ifs, ands, or buts. They must be kept. And they're written in the second person singular, you. This means that they apply to you, the individual, as well as to you, a community or society of people. Now, here's one of the things that I'm sure a lot of people have not even thought about. They fall into a natural division, the Ten Commandments. The first 4 commandments concern man's relationship to God, while the next 6 concern man's relationship to others. So just remember that the first 4 to God, the last 6 to others. Now, Jesus Christ taught that they are timeless and universal laws given to all people of all nations for all time. Everyone's to keep them, and they're to underlie all the civil laws of the nations. Now, here's a question that I know a lot of Christians have asked their pastor, or they've thought about, or they've done research on, and and here's the question. Now, how about Christian believers? Are we required to keep the 10 Commandments? Are we saved by grace and not by the law? If we're saved by grace and not by the law, and we're under the New Testament, well, that means we're saved. So the 10 Commandments are out. Well, yes, we are saved by grace, but the 10 Commandments are still binding upon us. Jesus Christ made this clear to us time and again. In Matthew 5:17, think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. To fulfill. Meaning that Jesus embraced the law, kept and fulfilled it. Therefore, the person who follows Jesus does not steal, does not kill, does not commit adultery, and does not break any of the other commandments. The person who follows Jesus Christ focuses upon Jesus Christ, not the law. He looks to Christ, focuses upon him, seeking to live a righteous and godly life. And by so doing, the believer keeps the law and fulfills it. In fact, when the believer follows Jesus Christ, he keeps the 10 Commandments. So there you go. So you follow Jesus Christ. And if you follow Jesus Christ, you are following the 10 Commandments. If what would Jesus do? If you follow what Jesus does, then you're following the 10 Commandments. So there you go. Now, Jesus Christ condensed the law into one simple statement. Matthew 7:12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Or said another way, in Matthew 22:35-40, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Now, the 10 Commandments are repeated in the New Testament. And I'll have it scrolling on the page so you can see what they all are. I may not state all of them here, but the first commandment is shown in Acts, Corinthians, and 1 John. The second commandment in Acts, Romans, John, and 1 Corinthians. Commandment 3, Joseph, Matthew. Commandment 4, Mark, Luke, Acts, and Hebrews, and on and on. So you need to just look at those, and you can either write them down, do your own study on those various verses. But those are where the 10 Commandments are brought up and within the New Testament. So take a look at those. So anyway, so that's an encapsulation as a whole of the 10 Commandments. And the next sermonette that I'm going to be doing is on the first commandment. So hopefully this helps you. And if it does, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. It helps to know that other people are being helped and other people are watching this and it's being shared with other people. And also, very important, please comment. But keep it nice. Please do. If there's areas that I need for improvement, please share that. I mean, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a minister. So I'm just a member of a church, and it's just something that I felt important to do. So just give me your best and tell me what I can do better. And also, your comments may help other people, and it may get into a conversation with other people where you can have that conversation in the comments. But anyway, and again, like I said before, start your own channel and do this. Share the word with other people. This is a dynamite platform to do it on, is YouTube, because it can be shared all over the world. So anyway, that being said, thank you again for listening, and God bless.